My son told me he was gay. I was once gay too. Now I remember my ex-boyfriend, but I have a wife. I'm Mark, 45, a husband and father, and there's a story I've kept inside for too long. When my son Jake came out to us yesterday, my reaction was more intense than I intended. I've carried a secret that influenced my response, and it's time to share it, not just for my sake but for Jake's as well. Growing up, I always knew I was different. In my teenage years, I found myself attracted to other boys, but I didn't have the vocabulary or the courage to express those feelings. I was raised in a conservative household where the idea of being gay was never discussed, and if it was only in hushed, disapproving tones. When I went to college, everything changed. I met Ryan in a history class, and we quickly became friends. He was charismatic, confident, and had a way of making everyone around him feel special. Our friendship deepened, and before long, it became something more. Ryan was my first love, my first real relationship, and for the first time in my life, I felt like I was truly myself. We spent nearly 2 years together, sharing dreams, making plans, and enjoying each other's company. However, the societal pressures and my family's expectations weighed heavily on me. I knew they wouldn't accept me if they knew the truth. When I finally came out to them, their reaction was everything I feared it would be. They were shocked, angry, and ultimately gave me an ultimatum: break up with Ryan or be disowned. At 20, I was scared and couldn't imagine life without my family. I made the heart-wrenching decision to end things with Ryan. It was messy and painful, and I carried that regret for years. Ryan was devastated, and I never forgave myself for hurting him. After our breakup, I tried to move on. I buried my feelings deep inside and pretended to be someone I wasn't. Life continued, and eventually I met Sarah. She was kind, understanding, and we connected on so many levels. When I told her about my past with Ryan, she accepted me without hesitation. She loved me for who I was and understood that my past was part of what made me the person I am today. We got married, and soon after, Jake was born. He became the center of our world, and we dedicated ourselves to raising him with love and acceptance. Yesterday, when Jake came out to us, I felt a flood of emotions. I was so proud of him for having the courage to be honest about who he is, something I couldn't do at his age. My reaction was a mix of relief, pride, and a deep-seated wish that I could have been that brave when I was younger. I wanted to show him that I was behind him 100%, even if my initial reaction came off as a bit overwhelming. This morning, Jake's been quieter than usual. I can tell something's off, and I think it's because of how I reacted yesterday. I need to make it right, and I think the only way to do that is to tell him the whole truth. So, I knock on his door and ask if we can talk. He nods, and I sit down on the edge of his bed, trying to find the right words. Jake, I start, I need to tell you something about my past. Something I've kept to myself for a long time. He looks at me, curious and a little apprehensive. I take a deep breath and begin. When I was around your age, I fell in love with someone. His name was Ryan, and we were together for almost 2 years. He was my first love, and it was the first time I realized I could feel that way about another man. Jake's eyes widen, and he sits up a bit straighter. Dad, I had no idea, he says softly. I nod. It was a different time, Jake. My family didn't accept it, and I was scared. I broke up with Ryan because I didn't want to lose my family. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, and I regretted it for a long time. He's silent for a moment, processing what I've told him. Is that why you reacted the way you did yesterday? He asks. Yes, I admit. I was so relieved and proud of you for having the courage to be honest about who you are. I wanted to show you that I support you, but I realize now that my reaction might have been a bit too much. I'm sorry if I made it awkward for you. Jake smiles slightly, the tension in his face easing. It was a lot, but I understand now. Thanks for telling me, Dad. We sit there for a while, talking about my past and how it shaped who I am today. I tell him about Ryan, about the love we shared and the pain of losing him. I tell him about how meeting his mom and starting a family helped me heal, and how grateful I am for the life we have. As we talk, I feel a weight lifting off my shoulders. I've carried this secret for so long, and sharing it with Jake feels like a step towards healing. I hope it helps him understand that he's not alone, that I understand what he's going through, and that he can always come to me with anything. In the days that follow, Jake and I grow even closer. We have more conversations about my past, about his own experiences, and about what the future might hold. I see a new confidence in him, a sense of peace that wasn't there before. I'm so proud of him, and I'm grateful that we can share this part of our lives with each other. Life goes on, and things start to feel normal again. We continue to have our family outings, our movie nights, and our deep discussions at the dinner table. But now, there's an added layer of understanding and acceptance between us. We've shared our stories, our fears, and our hopes, and it's made our bond even stronger. One evening, as we're sitting in the living room, Sarah turns to me and says, "Mark, I think it's time we tell Jake about PFLAG." I nod, knowing she's right. Jake, your mom and I have been attending PFLAG meetings for a while now. It's a support group for families of LGBTQ+ people. We've learned a lot about how to be supportive and understanding, and we've met some amazing people along the way. We'd love for you to come with us sometime if you're interested. Jake looks thoughtful, then smiles. I'd like that. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. As we continue to navigate this journey together, I'm filled with a sense of hope and gratitude. Coming out was never going to be easy, but it's brought us closer together as a family. We've learned to communicate, to listen, and to support each other in ways that make our bond stronger, and for that, I am truly grateful. Looking back, I realize that my past, with all its pain and heartache, has shaped who I am today. It's given me a deeper understanding of what it means to love and be loved, and it's made me a better father and husband. I'm proud of Jake for having the courage to be himself, and I'm proud of our family for embracing each other with love and acceptance. As we move forward, I know there will be challenges, but I also know that we'll face them together. And with the love and support of our family and friends, I'm confident that we'll continue to grow and thrive. Over time, Jake starts attending PFLAG meetings with us. He meets other kids his age who are also navigating their identities and finding their place in the world. I see him form friendships and find a sense of community, and it fills me with pride to see him so comfortable in his own skin. One day, after a particularly insightful meeting, Jake turns to me and says, "Dad, I'm glad you told me about Ryan. It's helped me understand you better, and it's made me feel less alone." His words touch me deeply. I'm glad too, Jake. I wish I had been brave enough to be open about my feelings when I was your age. But I'm so proud of you for having the courage to be yourself. As Jake grows older, he becomes an advocate for LGBTQ+ rights at his school. He starts AGSA Gender and Sexuality Alliance Club and works tirelessly to create a safe and inclusive environment for all students. I see him flourish as a leader, and I know that his experiences, both positive and negative, have shaped him into the compassionate and strong young man he is today. There are moments when I think about Ryan and wonder where he is now. I hope he found happiness and love, and I regret that we couldn't be together. But I also know that my journey led me to Sarah and Jake, and for that, I'm incredibly grateful. My past is a part of me, but it's not all of me. It's shaped who I am, but it doesn't define me. One evening, many years later, as we're gathered around the dinner table, Jake, now in his 20s, shares that he's met someone special. His eyes light up as he talks about his boyfriend, and I see the same look of love and excitement that I once had with Ryan. I feel a pang of nostalgia but also an overwhelming sense of pride and happiness for my son. "Can we meet him?" Sarah asks, smiling warmly. Jake nods, beaming. "I'd love that. He's amazing, and I think you'll really like him." As we welcome Jake's boyfriend into our home, I can't help but feel a deep sense of fulfillment. Our family has come full circle, and we've built a foundation of love, acceptance, and understanding. The journey hasn't been easy, but it's been worth it. Looking back, I realize that my experiences with Ryan and my struggles with my identity have given me the strength and wisdom to support Jake in ways I never imagined. It's a reminder that even our most painful experiences can lead to something beautiful if we let them. Jake's boyfriend, Alex, quickly becomes a beloved member of our family. We see Jake and Alex grow together, supporting each other through life's ups and downs. Their love is a testament to the power of being true to oneself and finding someone who accepts and cherishes you for who you are. As the years pass, our family continues to thrive. We celebrate milestones, from graduations to career achievements, always grounded in the love and acceptance we've built together. Jake's advocacy work expands beyond his school, and he becomes a respected voice in the LGBTQ community, using his platform to create change and inspire others. One day, Jake sits down with me and says, "Dad, I've been thinking about writing a book. I want to share our family's story about your past, my journey, and how we've grown together." I feel a swell of pride and emotion. I think that's a wonderful idea, Jake. Our story could help so many people feel less alone and more understood. Together, we begin the process of putting our experiences into words. We recount the struggles, the triumphs, and the lessons learned along the way. As we write, I feel a deeper connection to my past and a greater appreciation for the present. When the book is finally published, it receives an outpouring of support and resonates with many readers. People reach out to share their own stories, finding solace and inspiration in our journey. It becomes clear that our openness and honesty have the power to create ripples of positive change. In the midst of all this, I decide to search for Ryan. I want to reconnect, to see how he's doing, and perhaps find closure. With the help of social media and some mutual friends, I manage to track him down. I send him a message, explaining who I am and expressing my hope to reconnect. To my surprise and relief, Ryan responds warmly. We arrange to meet for coffee, and when we finally see each other again, it's as if no time has passed. We talk for hours, sharing our life stories, our joys, and our sorrows. Ryan tells me about his own journey, and I tell him about Sarah, Jake, and our family. Our reunion is a healing experience for both of us. We acknowledge the pain of our past but also celebrate the paths we've taken and the people we've become. Ryan and I remain in touch, rekindling a friendship that was once lost. As I reflect on my life, I am filled with gratitude. The journey has been anything but straightforward, but it's led to a place of acceptance, love, and understanding. Jake's courage to come out and be true to himself has inspired me to confront my own past and embrace it fully. Together, we've built a family that stands as a testament to the power of love and the importance of being true to oneself. Years later, when Jake and Alex decide to get married, it's a joyous occasion for our entire family. We celebrate their love, surrounded by friends and family who have supported us along the way. During my speech at their wedding, I share the story of my journey, expressing my pride and gratitude for the incredible young man Jake has become. As a father, my greatest wish for my son has always been for him to live a life filled with love, authenticity, and happiness, I say, my voice choked with emotion. Jake, you have shown us all what it means to be brave and true to oneself. Your journey has inspired us, and your love for Alex is a beautiful reminder of what truly matters in life. I am so proud of you, and I am grateful every day for the family we have built together. As I watch Jake and Alex dance together, surrounded by the people who love them, I feel an overwhelming sense of peace and fulfillment. Our story is one of resilience, love, and the power of acceptance. And as we continue to move forward, I know that we will face whatever comes our way with the same strength and unity that has brought us to this moment. Life is a journey full of unexpected twists and turns. But through it all, the love of our family remains a constant, guiding us and reminding us that we are never alone, and for that, I am eternally grateful.